changes. Plus, the Dukes are gearing up for bowl eligibility this season.
And I'm at Rocktown High School as the Raptors kick off their football season.
Live from the Allison B. Parker Studio in the School of Media Arts and Design at James Madison University, this is Breeze TV.
First show of the semester, and thank you for tuning in. We are so excited to be back and bring you some great stories. James Madison University updated its public expression policy, placing new restrictions on where protests and demonstrations can be held. In a recent policy change, JMU officials have tightened access to university grounds, restricting protests and demonstrations in areas not owned or controlled by JMU. The quad is no longer freely available for public expression unless through appointments with Vice President for Student Affairs, Tim Miller, and Vice President for Administration and Finance, Tawana Moore. This includes the distribution of literature and public speaking. According to the revised policy of 1121, the quad can only be used for activities and official events sponsored by the university. The policy also restricts the use of any permanent or temporary structures, including tents. However, exceptions can be made for tables that are reserved in advance. Stay tuned to learn more about these policy changes in next week's show. It's election season, and this summer has certainly been eventful in the world of politics. News Director Alexa Bonilla is in studio today to update you on what you may have missed. Alexa?
Well, Abby, we are less than 100 days away from the 2024 presidential election. For many Dukes, this will be the first time they cast their ballots on a national level. Heidi Heitkamp has some advice for young, undecided voters.
Sit down and make a list of what kind of country you want to live in. What's your hopes for your family? What's your hopes for your future? Make a list. And then think about how important who governs us is to you achieving that list.
The Republican and Democratic national conventions were filled with excitement and history. Former President Donald Trump accepted his nomination from the Republican Party. Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris became the first woman of color to accept a presidential nomination.
We've all lost our voices, but somehow we're still able to scream and cheer on and talk about and listen to all the things that we're supporting come November in this election.
He and other Virginia delegates said it felt like the arena got bigger each night, culminating with Vice President Harris accepting the nomination on the final night of the convention.
I think that any and all apprehension's been just totally annihilated. And we're all super excited to get to work and to elect Kamala Harris.
Conversations swirled around the convention floor about a surprise performance from Beyonce. But it was just a rumor. Instead, the spotlight stayed on Harris. That didn't mean there wasn't star power. Nights at the convention included performances from John Legend, Pink, The Chicks, and more. Among the crowded Democrats, though, one favorite was former First Lady Michelle Obama.
Like she was in 2016, like when they go low, we go high. This time, in a beautiful, classy speech, she was like, when they go low, I'm going to drag you all the way down.
A common thread among several speakers was that Kamala Harris will be a president for everyone. Virginia Democrats hope to take that spirit back to the Commonwealth.
That's the message that we really want to send, that we're not divided, but we're united.
Both parties preach a message of unity. The younger generation made sure to show out at the RNC in Milwaukee last month. Anchor Abby Allard was there.
Sure, many of the delegates at the Republican National Convention had touches of gray, or a little more. But there were also a lot of young voters wearing MAGA hats and backing Donald Trump.
There's a strong influx of younger people getting involved, and that's a great thing.
53% of young Americans plan to vote in this year's election. According to the Harvard Institute of Politics, that's down by double digits from 2020. But many Republicans here believe that young voters will turn out for Trump. One of the youngest convention attendees is a student at Liberty University in Lynchburg. November will be her first time voting.
I feel like people my age, and especially my generation, I feel we need to step up as a conservative, make sure that we don't look stupid.
These young conservatives are just as committed to Donald Trump as the older ones.
He knows what we want, and especially in this election, more younger people are supporting him because of the terrible policies Joe Biden has done. Trump is pretty much the greatest president we've had of my generation.
Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Abby Allard.
We'll make sure to keep you updated on all of our election coverage. Back to you, Abby.
Thanks, Alexa. Consumer products have been integrating artificial intelligence for almost 2 years now. This has greatly impacted how students learn and how professors teach. Executive producer Jack Hadley spoke with JMU faculty to learn how the university is responding to this new technology.
Now that classes are back in session, students and professors continue to use a technology that once felt like science fiction. Artificial intelligence is becoming more powerful and prominent in everyday products. However, JMU still doesn't have official guidelines for how it should be used in the classroom. Emily York teaches the social and ethical dimensions of AI. She thinks the technology is promising for its ability to streamline tedious tasks and provide unique learning opportunities, but she doesn't feel comfortable using AI yet.
I have a lot of students who can't afford a monthly subscription rate for an AI tool. So I'm really worried about that equity issue, I'm worried about the sustainability issue, and I'm worried about the data privacy issue.
Through an AI task force, faculty members advise university officials on how to use the new technology. They emphasize the importance of educating students on how to use AI ethically and responsibly. Philip Frana has studied AI for 20 years. He has championed this cause within the task force.
The way we teach people is going to change dramatically. The way we, learners learn is going to change, and we need to prepare to use those tools in appropriate ways.
However, not all professors are convinced that AI is to be welcomed in their classes, such as Associate Spanish Professor Jennifer Lang Regal.
Anything that would take away the student's experience of actually using the language really takes away from the purpose of them being in that class.
With the rapid advancement of AI, the task force will continue to advise the university on the topic for at least the rest of the school year. This is Jack Hadley for Breeze TV.
When we come back from the break, the women's volleyball team tips off their season today. Plus, the field hockey team is playing in a new conference this year. And the women's soccer team faced some intense weather in last night's game. We'll have more information on this, all this and more after the break.
The best car for the best price with the best payment plan. It's all waiting for you at Consumers Auto Warehouse in Stanton. Why not swing on by and let us show you how affordable a top quality used car is. Consumers Auto Warehouse, Richmond Avenue, Stanton.
It's bow time. Introducing new Bojangles chicken wings. Try the boldly seasoned classic, sweet and smoky barbecue, or creamy buffalo for some heat. Head to Bojangles and order all 3 flavors for your next party. It's bow time.
Bojangles, Cajun filet biscuit. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Nothing compares to our signature Cajun spiced chicken breast filet on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Breakfast so good, we serve it all day. Get the best chicken biscuit. The one, the only Cajun filet biscuit. For a limited time, get 2 Cajun filet biscuits for just $5. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Yeah. Welcome to the Breeze TV Sports Desk. I'm Tommy Gerganis. Well, after all the controversy surrounding JMU's bowl eligibility, the Dukes are now eligible to play in the bowl game as well as the Sun Belt Conference Championship game. The team has a different look from last year's 11-win team. Bob Chesney is taking over as head coach, and 58 new players are on his roster. Quarterback Dylan Morris, running back Ayo Adei, and linebacker Jacob Dobbs are among the key transfers using their final year of eligibility at JMU. However, a starting quarterback has not yet been revealed for the Dukes. Dylan Morris and Alonzo Barnett III are the two frontrunners to start. Picked to finish second in the East Division by the Sun Belt Conference preseason poll, only behind Appalachian State, their journey begins this Saturday at UNC Charlotte. The Charlotte 49ers, led by head coach Biff Poggi, are coming off of a 3-9 record last season. Of 134 FBS programs last year, Charlotte ranked second to last in total passing touchdowns. Couple that with 16 interceptions, and the 49ers are looking to right the ship. Recent transfer quarterback Max Brown is the expected starter for Saturday. Brown arrives from the University of Florida. He played in 6 games as a backup there and started in the team's loss to Florida State. A new running back, Cartavius Norton from Iowa State, looks to spur the rush attack. On the coaching staff, Dre Bly has signed on as a defensive analyst. Bly played 11 years in the NFL, including 2 Pro Bowl appearances. The team has brought in 71 new players in total, many from top programs in the country.
You just look at where they transferred from. You know, it's a Power 5 loaded team at this moment, and that's just exactly what challenge we understand we're up against.
Trying to prepare for what you think they might run, but, you know, football is all about adjustment. So, you know, you can prepare for what you want to prepare for up until the kickoff. Then once kickoff comes, it's all about adjusting to what they really give you.
Playing at home this weekend, Charlotte will debut new Gold Rush uniforms for the game. Kickoff is set for 8 p.m. at Jerry Richardson Stadium. The game will be broadcasted on ESPNU. Before the game, be sure to check out The Breeze or visit breezejmu.org for more in-depth coverage. Well, volleyball season starts today in the Berg as well. The Dukes are hosting the LD&B Invitational at the Convocation Center.
I don't think we've ever played these teams before, like in my experience here. So yeah, it's kind of like completely fresh, and we're going into it just like whoever we're playing, we're bringing our game.
The Dukes will start play at 7 p.m. tonight against Delaware State. On Saturday, they'll take on Stony Brook at 12 p.m., and on Sunday, they'll finish the tournament versus Presbyterian, also at 12 p.m. JMU field hockey will be playing in a new conference after 2 years as an independent program. The team season has started today at home. The Dukes are currently playing Villanova over at Centera Park. After spending the last 2 years as an independent program, JMU field hockey has a new home. The Dukes will play in the Mid-American Conference, which now fields 9 teams. And that emotional boost could be huge. The team comes off of a 5-12 record last year, albeit with many close matches against stiff competition. The Dukes played 6 teams that went on to play in the NCAA tournament. And with that knowledge, players say the cohesiveness of the team has stayed intact. Having 12 of its 18 regular season games this year at home also helps. JMU doesn't play its first in-conference opponent until September 20th, that being against Miami of Ohio. The season opener is currently slated for Friday against Villanova, and when the 2 teams played last year in Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, the Wildcats prevailed 5-4 in overtime. While women's soccer faced some weather delays in their game against Kent State last night. The game started 45 minutes late due to rain, but the Dukes scored the first and only goal of the night in the 22nd minute. Amanda Adanasi drilled a header into Kent State's goal off of a Shea Collins assist. The Golden Flashes threatened once on the corner, but Sophia DeCurr made the save. Leading 1-0 70 minutes in, the game was cut short by a lightning delay and was ruled a no contest. JMU will be back in action Sunday against in-state rival UVA.
Thanks, Tommy. Coming up after the break, a mural in downtown Harrisonburg honors a JMU professor who passed away in 2023. Plus, JMU students share their thoughts on the new meal plan options. And will we get some rain this weekend? Maybe we won't. Who knows? All this and more after the break.
Combine the bold taste of Bojangles Chicken Supreme with dill pickles, Carolina Gold barbecue sauce, and a toasted bun that's great on the go, and you get Bo's Bird Dog. Grab 2 for $5. Available for a limited time only. It's Bo time.
A short drive from JMU, the Fashion Gallery is your one-stop shop for any occasion. Shop formal to casual styles in sizes 2 to 22. So be sure to visit us for some retail therapy at the Fashion Gallery.
It's Bo time.
It's not just football season. It's tailgate season.
And this season includes every kind of football.
Crispy. Will you accept this leg?
And everything that's not.
Because it doesn't matter where you tailgate with crispy hand-breaded chicken and scratch-made biscuits.
It's her!
You're not just tailgating. You're tailgating like a legend.
It's Bo time. Order your tailgate box in the Bojangles app today.
Well, Dukes, as you made your way back to the Berg, you may have noticed a new mural in downtown behind Magnolias. This mural honors a JMU professor who passed away back in March of 2023. The mural celebrates his love of birds and his impact on the community. Breeze TV's Olivia Williams spoke with the students and family friends of the late professor to learn about his legacy.
After 60 years of dedication to JMU, math and biology professor Charles Ziegenfuss's legacy lives on in the friendly city. This mural stands as a testimony to the long-lasting impact he had on his students. Demonstrated by a painting of a bird, the mural shows his passion for ornithology. Megan Ross, a former student of his, believes Ziegenfuss had undeniable charisma and a deep love for those around him.
When you met Zig, you didn't not know what he loved. He talked about it all the time. He talked about his family. He talked about birds. He talked about his love of math. Like, it was not like, oh, there's some sort of hidden secret here.
Ziegenfuss's daughter, Erica Bird, believes the mural is a wonderful representation of her father.
I think it's beautiful, and I think it brings me joy. The other thing that I think is really cool is that even if you're a block away, you can look down and you can see it.
Ziegenfuss's wife, Elsie, was overwhelmed with joy at the news of a mural dedicated to her husband's legacy.
He was just a wonderful teacher, husband, father, you name it.
Reporting for Breeze TV, this is Olivia Williams.
JMU Dining implemented new meal plan options this semester. Breeze TV's audience editor, Maddie Bynack, spoke to JMU students on how this new plan has affected them.
JMU Dining announced its switch to 50 and 75 block meal plans. Students who purchase these plans will still receive the same amount of dining dollars as the 5 and 7 punch a week plans.
I didn't know about the changes until I had friends come up to me. They were like, Megan, did you hear about the changes to the meal plan? And I didn't know.
JMU Dining says the switch was based on data-driven insights and meal plan trends. Students will now have to reconsider how they will be using their punches on this semester-based plan.
It's pretty unique. You can go to different dining options around campus, and some use punch, some use dining dollars.
According to JMU Dining, one of the biggest challenges students faced prior to the switch was losing out on unused punches at the end of the week. The block plans have already secured a spot in the top 3 most purchased meal plans for commuting students. However, with the price increase, many students are choosing to forego purchasing a meal plan altogether.
There's some places I'll go and I'll get something that I think is going to be cost me a punch, but it doesn't. So I just use my dining dollars. So I've eaten up a little dining dollars just by accident, but I'm learning.
The block plans have already secured a spot in the top 3 most purchased meal plans for commuting students. However, with the slight price increases, many students are choosing to forego purchasing a meal plan altogether.
I changed my meal plan just for cost. It was becoming too expensive for me.
Students say they don't seem to mind the change, but it is unclear how this will affect the JMU dining experience long term. I'm Madeline Bynack, reporting for Breeze TV.
Reporter Lauren Keller is currently at the new high school in Harrisonburg. Lauren, tell us more about this new school.
Rocktown High School opened its doors. Thanks, Abby. Rocktown High School opened its doors for the start of the school year for the Raptors. I spoke with faculty to learn about their first day experiences.
Rocktown High School ran its first school bell on Tuesday, August 20th, becoming the second high school in Harrisonburg. This new addition resolved a nearly 10-year problem of overcrowding at Harrisonburg High School. Faculty envisioned how the school would look, but it was incomplete without students.
It's not a school until kids walk through the hallways. So to wait impatiently and patiently for our students was the hardest part.
The first day brought questions about how this new environment would function for both students and faculty.
Curiosity was, how is it going to be when we're all in this space together? And I was just really proud.
Superintendent Michael Richards walked to every school in the county to see how students enjoyed their first day. When he arrived at Rocktown, he could feel the impact it had on the students.
Also enjoyed going to Rocktown for its first day, just to see the faces when people walked through the door and they realized that this is their new academic home.
Staff and students walked away happy that all operations ran smoothly and there was no overcrowding.
I have the most amazing kids in the city of Harrisonburg. I have the most amazing kids in the state of Virginia and in this country. We're Rocktown Raptors.
Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Lauren Keller.
All right, I am out of the school building now and onto the football field with head varsity football coach Curtis Cherubin. Thank you so much for doing this interview with us today.
Thank you for having me. We appreciate you.
Of course. So you have a game that starts at 7 p.m. against Edgersville, West Virginia, right here in your stadium. How does this finally kick off our season?
Oh, man, it feels like it's been a long time coming. I got the job in February. It's been a long summer getting to this process. The boys have been working really hard. We've had a great first couple weeks of school, so we're really looking forward to bringing the community out and really celebrating and kicking off the festivities for the season like we can.
And even though this is a new team in high school, you've actually introduced some familiar players on the team. How is that going to help you with your game tonight and your coaching staff?
Oh man, I think it's wonders because the boys know what I expect. So the expectations when we set can be high out the gate because we already have a familiarity with each other. I know a lot of the strengths and the weaknesses of a lot of the players that I've coached. So being able to try to build those up and then add some new guys that we've got that haven't played before and try to fill in some of the gaps there and potentially put together a nice season.
And what are you trying to prove tonight here in the stadium?
Oh, we want to win, man. You got to start off the season with a win, man. We want to give the people what they want. We're expecting a good crowd. Harrisonburg is away tonight, and so we're hoping the whole city will come out and support the Raptors, and we want to give them what they want.
Well, thank you so much for your interview again.
Thank you for having us. Go Raptors.
All right, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Lauren, and that's a wrap for the first show of the semester. I hope everyone is enjoying their classes so far and has a fantastic weekend. Hopefully we'll get some rain. It's been so hot. I'm so sick of it. I'm ready for fall weather. And be sure to tune in to JMU's first football game of the season at 8 p.m. in Charlotte. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good weekend.